Hello and welcome to Nilanjana's exclusive English lesson. This is part 2 of the video, Act 1, Scene 2. So in the last video, what we had seen is Brutus and Cassius, they were in a conversation. Brutus was seen to be at war with himself. Like on one hand, he loves Caesar. On the other hand, for the general well-being of Rome, he thinks that something needs to be done. And as far as Cassius is concerned, we can see that he's one of the foremost conspirators, and he tries a lot to persuade Brutus because he knows that Brutus is a noble character. He's a very noble person. And if Brutus joins the conspiracy, then it would be easier for them to win the hearts of the common man. Because when the commoners will know that Brutus has joined their conspiracy, they will have their trust on them. Okay, so everybody has a selfish motive in this conspiracy, as we are going to see, except for Brutus. He's the only person who thinks about the general well-being of Rome, and he doesn't have any selfish motive. All right, so this is what had happened in the last part of the lesson. Now, in this part of the lesson, enter Caesar with his train. Now here Caesar enters with his army. And the first one to speak is Brutus. The games are done and Caesar is returning. If you remember that they were all celebrating the Feast of Lupercal, and it was a festive time where everybody was engaged in sports and a lot of festivity. So now it's over and Caesar is returning. Cassius, as they pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve. So Cassius tells that as they are passing by, please call Casca, try to pull Casca's sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashion, tell you what hath proceeded worthy note today. So he is going to tell us in his usual sour manner that if anything important had happened today. Brutus, I will do so, but look you, Cassius, the angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow. So somehow Caesar looks very angry. And all the rest look like a chidden train. So, and the entire army, everybody looks like they have been scolded. Somehow I feel that, they are looking as if they have been scolded by Caesar. Calpurnia's cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferret and such fiery eyes as we have seen him in the Capitol. Calpurnia also, she looks very, quiet and mild. And Cicero, even he has so much of anger in his eyes. And, such kind of anger, we have also seen him when he was very angry with the senators at the Capitol. Like Capitol is, you can say, like the official place, official seat of administration. And many a times when Cicero used to argue with the senators, he used to be really angry. And now we can see the same expression which he has on his face. Being crossed in conference means when he used to argue with the senators at the Capitol. So during that time, how he looked, now also he looks as the same. Casca will tell us what the matter is. So he is going to tell us that what is the matter. Caesar calls out to Antony. Caesar. Now Caesar noticed Cassius, and he doesn't like Cassius at all. Now here he gives the reasons that why he doesn't like Cassius. So what does he say? Let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Yond Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. Now this is a very important part where Caesar talks about Cassius. So when you are writing the character sketch of Cassius, these are the points that you need to remember. So what does Caesar say? That let me have people around me, those who are fat and healthy, those who look very, happy and joyful. Sleek-headed men refers to well-groomed men. I would like to have people around me who are fat, who look happy, and who are well-groomed, who sleep well at night. Somehow Cassius doesn't have that kind of a satisfied expression on his face. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. Hungry look refers to he's as if always starving, and he looks like he's not happy from inside. See, when people are happy from inside. When people sleep well at the in the night, they look very calm and quiet and peaceful. But somehow Cassius doesn't look like that. He thinks too much. He overthinks, and such men are dangerous. So probably we can understand that whatever prediction he makes about Cassius, whatever analysis he makes about his character, somehow it is true, because we know as readers that Cassius is actually quite dangerous because he's trying to rise against Caesar. Antony, fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He's a noble Roman and well given. So he's a man of honorable character. He's a noble Roman. So please don't be scared of him. He's not at all dangerous. Caesar, would he were fatter? Only if he would have been fatter, I would have considered that he's not dangerous. But somehow this lean and hungry look doesn't go well with me. I somehow feel that, he's not to be trusted at all. But I fear him not. Yet, if my name were liable to fear. So he tells that, but anyways, I don't need to be scared of him, because if I was actually capable of fear, I don't know of any man I should avoid except, the skinny Cassius. He reads much. He's a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. So why he doesn't like him? Because he reads a lot. He's a great observer. Of course, he observes a lot, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. Like, you can understand that he has that analytical insight where he is able to judge through the deeds of men. He loves no plays as thou dost, Antony, like the way you love plays and, dramas, music, and all that. He doesn't like anything at all. He hears no music. Seldom he smiles. So hardly, the word seldom refers to hardly. Hardly he smiles, and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. And the way at times, even if he smiles a little, the kind of a smile that you can see on his face, it is as if, he's scorning on himself, that how can he at all smile at something. I mean, he also as if is not able to believe that he can smile at anything. He's such a sour character who hardly smiles, who doesn't listen to music, who doesn't enjoy any kind of play, and overthinks a lot. So such men I really don't like. Such men as he be never at heart's ease. So such men they are never peaceful at heart. At heart's ease, they're never comfortable at heart, whilst they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. Okay, so such men, they are never content as long as they know that there is somebody better and more powerful than they are. That means what? This means such men are very jealous. The moment they know that there is somebody better and powerful than themselves, they are never content. Means they are never happy and peaceful. I rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear. See, again, we can see that he sounds a little overconfident over here. So what does he say? I can rather say that what is to be feared, what people should be scared of, than what I fear. Means I am not scared of anything, because at the end of the day, I am Caesar after all. So I am not scared of anybody. And then he tells, come on my right hand, for this ear is deaf, and tell me truly what thou thinkest of him. So then after that he tells whom? Antony, to come towards his right side, because his ear is deaf, and he asks him that, what do you consider about Cassius? Now see, these two lines, they are quite ironical. Okay, what is irony? What is irony? I'm sure many of you might be knowing. Irony, if you don't know, let me explain it for you. Irony means when something is said and exactly the opposite of that thing happens in the drama over here. So you can see this line. In the first line, he tells, I cannot be scared of anything. I am Caesar. That means I am, of course, very powerful. I'm very strong. And in the next moment, he tells, come on my right side, this ear is deaf. That means he has some physical disability. This is also one more proof of his physical disability. And before this also, if you remember the speech of Cassius and Brutus, where Cassius had also said that Caesar is not physically strong, because once when he was there was a challenge where he had to swim. After a certain point of time, he could no longer swim, and Cassius had to save him. So here we can see that he was physically not that strong. So we have an evidence over here. Caesar and his train exit, but Casca remains behind. So Casca tells, "You pull me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?" So, yes, what is it? You had just plucked at my cloak. Do you want to say something? Brutus. Yes, Casca. Tell us what hath chanced today that Caesar looks so sad. So he tells that, yes, Casca, can you tell us that what exactly happened over there? Because we missed out on the festivities, but you were there. Can you narrate the incidents, what had happened? Okay. Yes, my dear students, till this time, if you are liking the video, enjoying the video, and understanding everything line by line, make sure you hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends. And those who do not know me and those who have come to my channel for the first time, my name is Nilanjana Sarkar. I'm your English language teacher. And on this channel, you will find everything related to ICSE and ISC, English literature and language. I also create content for CBSE. And yes, so make sure that you follow this channel for accurate and fresh content, because I can guarantee you that the kind of explanation I'm giving you, this will clear all your doubts and you can write your answers with confidence. All right. So yes, make sure you go and hit the like button and share the videos with your friends and whoever you know that, who those who need this explanation. And I hope all of you are going to be with me and support me. All right. So yeah, let me continue with the explanation. Why you were with him? Were you not? So Casca asks that Brutus, why? How come you don't know what happened? You were not there. I should not then, Casca, what hath chance? So Brutus tells, yes, of course, if I should have been there, then I would never have asked you. Why, Casca? Why? There was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand, thus, and then the people fell a shouting. So here again, something very important happens. Caesar has been offered a crown. People were ready to elect him as the king. But what did he do? He refused the crown. And when he refused the crown, everybody started appreciating and clapping. Now, why did they do that? Because they felt that Caesar is so humble, so down to earth, that he doesn't want to be the king. He is not at all greedy. He is not greedy for power. And that actually made the people shout and appreciate their feelings for Caesar. Brutus, what was the second noise for? Why, for that too. So he said, yes, even the second time the same thing happened. Cassius, they shouted thrice. What was the last cry for? Casca, why, for that too. So basically, Caesar was offered the crown thrice. So that's what Brutus tells. Was the crown offered him thrice? Yea, Mary, was it? And he put it by thrice, every time gentler than other. And every putting by mine honest neighbors shouted. So he said that yes, he had declined the crown thrice. And every time he declined it, it was gentler than the other. Means he was very kind and very patient in refusing the crown. And every time he did that, the commoners, they shouted and appreciated. Who offered him the crown? Casca. Why, Antony. Brutus. Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca. So Brutus said that, can you narrate it for us? What exactly happened over there? I can as well be hanged as to tell the manner of it. So here, Casca has a little sense of humor. So he tells that, of course, I'm not supposed to tell you, because I'm not supposed to narrate whatever I have seen over there. You all should have been there. And probably I can as well be hanged for opening my mouth and, narrating things behind Caesar's back. But anyway, it was mere foolery. It was all foolishness. I did not mark it. I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown, yet it was not a crown neither. It was one of those coronets. So it was actually not even a crown. You can see it was something like a wreath. So Mark Antony offered him the crown, and Caesar had refused it. Then he offered it to him again. Then he put it by again. So he again offered the crown to him, and again he refused it. And as I told you, he put it by once, but for all that, to my thinking, he would fain have had it. So here it means that, as I told you, of course he refused it, but somehow I feel that he would have gladly taken it. So what does Casca give an hint here? Here he's trying to say that actually Caesar wanted, he would have gladly taken the crown, but he just wanted to show that he's not greedy, and therefore he refused the crown. And then he offered it the third time. He put it the third time by. So third time also he refused it. And still as he refused it, the rabblement hooted and clapped their chopped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown that it had almost choked Caesar. So what he said over here is, while he refused the third time, the men, the masses, the commoners, they were so excited that they started shouting, clapping, and out of excitement, they even threw their sweaty nightcaps. Now, sweaty nightcaps refers to their hats, and it was, of course, sweaty because at the end of the day, we know that it was a daytime and it was very hot. And on top of that, they were common people, the commoners, all right? So they were like, hardworking men, those who really work hard to make their living. So that's the reason the description has been given like this. And they uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown. So they started shouting, and the entire area was filled with bad air. It was the air was literally smelly, and it was such a stinking atmosphere that it almost choked Caesar. That Caesar got suffocated, and he almost for he swooned and fell down at it. So what happened? He choked. Caesar was choked, and he fainted, and he fell down. Swooned means he fainted. And for my own part, I durst not laugh. Of course, it was very funny. Whatever I have seen, I felt it was really funny, but I dared not open my mouth. Why? Because I feared that if I opened my lips, I would have also have inhaled that stinking air. Cassius, but soft, I pray you, what did Caesar swoon? Like, why did Caesar faint? He fell down in the marketplace and foamed at mouth and then was speechless. So Brutus said that, yes, it is very yes, he agrees to it. Why? Because Brutus tells that Caesar had the falling sickness. So Caesar actually suffers from epilepsy. Now, what is epilepsy? I'm sure many of you must be knowing. Epilepsy it's a disorder of the nervous system, and people usually they fall and they faint when they get those fits. It is also called seizures. So Caesar also suffered the same thing. So here, the way Casca described what happened to Caesar, it's very much evident that he suffered from epilepsy because he fell down in the marketplace and he also foamed at mouth and he couldn't speak anything. So here, and one more evidence that we get to know about Caesar's physical disability, which again shows the fact, bears evidence to the fact that he was not that strong. Cassius, no, Caesar hath it not, but you and I, an honest Casca, we have the falling sickness. So here Cassius again speaks with a pun. So he tells that no, it's not Caesar who has that falling sickness. It's you and I, and even honest Casca, we are suffering from that falling sickness. Now Casca did not understand what Cassius tells. So he tells that I know not what you mean by that. I really don't understand what you mean, but I'm sure Caesar fell down. But I'm sure, because of course I've seen it with my own eyes. He has fallen down. And if the tag rack people did not clap him and hiss him according as he pleased and displeased, as they used to do the players in the theater, I'm no true man. So he says that, yes, I'm sure that he has fallen down. And if the tag rack people, means the commoners again, the masses, if they did not clap for him or even hoot or hiss at him based on whether he pleased them or displeased them, in the same way as they do for the actors in the theater, if they would have not done that, then I am a liar. I'm no true man refers to, then I'm actually lying. So what does he mean over here? That the commoners, again, they are very fickle-minded. They don't have a brain of their own. They don't have their own logical thoughts. So their behavior, their reaction is everything based on whether Caesar likes or Caesar dislikes. So if Caesar pleased or if Caesar is displeased, based on this, they will react. And if they would not have done so, then I am a liar. So Casca has drawn this conclusion after the incident, whatever he has seen, that the commoners are completely swayed by, the appeal of Caesar. They are completely in awe of Caesar, and they feel that he is like a demigod. They almost have put him to the stature of a demigod. Demigod refers to somebody who's as good as God. All right. For them, Caesar is their God. Okay. So I think let's stop here today. And because, of course, there are long speeches, and I want you to go through the speeches line by line, read it again after my explanation. And yes, the next part would be coming soon. And I hope you have enjoyed the video. And for those who are interested in my online classes, you can drop a mail at this address, because everything, of course, you understand, cannot be catered on the videos. So here in my classes, I would do the question answers and the other things, MCQs and reference to the context. All right. So with this, I would like to take your leave. Thank you so much for listening to the video. And if you have not watched Act 1, Scene 2, Part 1, I'm sharing the link below. Please go ahead and watch that. And then you can come to this video once again. And please subscribe to the channel and share this video with everyone.